turn around and just face so we do a nose to nose?
Sure.
Well, I didn't expect this morning, Marcus.
You know what? Neither did I.
That noise is my key. There's our people. And I'm in a rush. This way, looks familiar. First thing this morning, first thing, it was like 5:30, 6. We had a team turn up to detail the cars. So every car, is looking absolutely beautiful. Despite the fact that I'm sure you've seen if you watched yesterday's video, we've got some pretty nasty driving conditions. But today, they're so clean. Anyway, we're off to Bugatti. Let's hit it.
Where are we really heading this morning?
Bugatti! Hey! Yes, Bugatti. We're heading to Bugatti.
It's not Bugatti.
Well, how is it?
It's
Bugatti.
Bugatti.
It's a problem. When you spend time with Arabic people, you pick up on their accent. I've been starting to roll my R's lately and saying
Roll your R's.
Roll my R's.
That sounds very dirty, James. I don't think it's like. I think you have children watching you. How do you roll your R's?
Oh God.
I have nothing to do with this. I promise you.
So yes. Anyway, so you've had the incredibly fortunate experience of being in one.
Yes.
And explain that to me.
I feel it.
Well, there you go. I know how you feel. People who regularly watch this channel will know there are occasions where I struggle. I have not the words to let you know what's going on.
Even if you've been in the fastest car,
Yeah.
like in a 2,000 horsepower, Nissan or any of these crazy stuff, you always have struggle with traction.
Yes.
And the weird thing with the Bugatti is
No slip.
it doesn't have any problem with traction.
So it can apply
And
all
plus,
of the horsepower.
And plus, because the car weighs, a bit.
Yeah, they're quite heavy.
So the tires struggle more to lose traction.
Yes.
And that results in
Immense velocity.
Exactly, in one direction.
That's a good start. Look at that. Name in.
That's you. Then your garage obviously is still empty, but we don't configure one car.
Okay.
Sometimes we have up to 7. So.
Oh really? Is it?
So you can store 7 configurations if you like. So we have 3 different categories that you start with. The classic, which is really classic, like the Veyron was.
Yeah.
So the red and black and the blue and not black but dark blue.
Yeah.
New interpreted. Then rather classic designs with the classic wheel finish. Course, which is just a little bit more sportive looks. Black
And is
carbon fiber.
this only specs in terms of colours, fabrics, etc.? There's no difference in the physical design of the car in terms
Colour
of
and trim options.
no split of differences on sport or anything like that.
Colour and trim options only.
Okay.
Exactly. But so it's just to roughly predefine which way you're going. We individualize each and every one of them anyway. But it's just to sort of say, okay, if you're saying, for example, here you have. It's a single tone with a horizontal split, which means the lower part is in carbon fiber.
Yes.
That's the basis to start off with. You're saying I don't like the two-tone thing on the car.
Yeah.
Some don't want the signature line exposed, so you can start with something like this, for example, where it's hidden away. It basically follows the back color. So it's just a nice way to show what's there, and then basically what you do is you just start loading this up, and then you start diving into really
You could
tweaking the
spend hours on this.
or days. Yeah.
Wow. And I love how it renders in real time on the big screen. That's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah. And it's just as easy as a swipe and a tap.
So you can either just confirm by pushing this, and then it takes you through all the options you have to choose, or if you click on this, then you can start
change
playing
things.
around and adjusting things. Monotone, duotone. Duotone, of course, being what you want. So I don't know if you got. Do
you know what? I really like the silver outside.
Okay.
But with exposed blue carbon on the back.
Okay.
That looks pretty rad.
So.
But earlier on, you were saying you tend to advise to spec darker at the back.
Darker at the back, definitely. So I would definitely go for the dark blue in the back.
Yeah.
And then the silver option. Sorry.
And is that purely from an aesthetic point of view? It balances the car.
Balances
better.
the car better, exactly, because brighter cars and bright colors tend to look bigger. So if you start adding bright colors to the back, you're growing the back, and you're shrinking the front because you're using a dark color. So it's getting the car, putting a little bit out of proportion because the car has that.
It does have this
forward
lovely
thrust.
rake on it, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you start taking that away and start lifting the front and lowering the back, it puts it out of proportion.
I mean, that's
quite a lot to work with. So we still have some other things to choose from. So very strong, significant is this line here. The classic version is aluminium.
I mean, that's it.
You can't go wrong with that.
That's
a
it.
nice touch also, just to show you, is doing this in the color of the front part.
That's interesting.
This becomes. Let me just give the wheels a neutral color. This is probably one of the best views.
I mean, look at that. The stance is unbelievable.
You just see a dark red stripe underneath the wing,
Very
and then of course the surrounding bits.
Don't forget, we have a real one here.
But this here is brake light and also indicator. Comes up. I don't think it does on this car.
I think on camera, I'm not sure if this is coming through, but the amount of sculpture this had, that I find that on pictures is actually quite flat. I'm not sure if this gives it any sort of, perspective in how much sculpture and depth it's got.
That was a very close up of the dude.
It's so swooping that I'm finding that on photos it's not really doing it, but in person it's stunning. Detail on this. Look at the crease line that follows through on the exhaust. Phenomenal.
On the car outside you have a Bugatti.
Oh, really?
Tiny Bugatti logo.
So, yeah.
That's the one thing which I really love about this car. It's just
It's
take
effortless,
off,
huh?
and even now you feel. I mean, we're in race mode now, but let me just. I'll just flip this back to.
It is. The interior is so beautiful. I think that's the beauty of this car, is that tied together with how ballistically fast it is, it drives like a GT car.
Yeah.
It's comfortable and luxurious.
How quiet it is. It's just
stunning.
Even here. I mean, it's carbon chassis. There's no noise from the.
No.
Normally, you have the stone chips in the.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
wheelhouses
if you liken it with the P1, that thing's so loud.
Yeah.
This thing's very refined and beautiful. I can't get over the amount of sculpture on this. Pictures just don't do it any justice.
No.
When you see one in person, it's phenomenal. I didn't expect this morning, Marcus.
You know what? Neither did I.
Yesterday, Faisal told me that when they spoke on the phone, you were like, we don't have any chirons around. We don't have any chirons.
Yeah, they're all being delivered or all on the
We were all like, oh. And then this morning when we drove to the gate, we were like, yay! Rather than heading directly to Geneva, we decided, well, Marcus from Bugatti has decided that we should follow him and wind our way up a stunning mountain road, and we've met the snow. It's like I can't escape the snow this year. Just stepped off the snow tour with Team Galag, now I'm practically back on it again, albeit with another amazing bunch of cars and people. So I think we're kind of halfway there now, but just check out how picturesque this place is. The cars in this environment, particularly the P1 and XJ220, so abstract. Faisal's going to try and fly the drone in the snow on a mountainside
following cars
while we're driving.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Sounds like a great idea, doesn't it?
Yeah. Also,
you have a backup drone anyway, so that's...
No, we don't. This is the backup.
What happened to the other one?
You forgot?
You crashed it already.
Oh, you don't remember our adventure?
Oh, so you got 2 boxes, that's why I thought.
Yeah, no, that's the other box. So the extra battery and the extra rotors and that type of crap.
Okay, needless to say, Faisal's track record of drone pilots, drone piloting isn't the smoothest.
No, it is very smooth.
You think so?
Yeah, but I go in the wrong direction.
I'll tell you what is smooth, this V12 engine. You ready? Giuseppe. Left, there, go right. See it? Go right. Yeah. There. Stop.
Ooh. Slowly. I can. Gimbal roll pitch limited. Okay.
You see, stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on 2 separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on 2 separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension of sound impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
Yeah. Yes. Now that's cool. You know you're balling when you're landing your drone on your Ferrari.